The host of Power Play, Don Martin, joins me now. Don, what a bombshell. How are these photos going to impact the campaign?
Well, it's a game changer. Now, is it a 3-day game changer or a 31-day game changer? Does this make it all the way to the ballot box, or does it, people get tired of it? Now, your sample of voter opinion there was quite interesting because it kind of jives with what I'm hearing. Some people say, hey, what's the big deal? It's 18 years ago. It was a Halloween party, for crying out loud. Others see this in a far more sinister light. And then a third stream is kind of gleeful about it because Justin Trudeau's built a large part of this campaign condemning others for racist or homophobic comments, and yet, here we have this example, 2 so far, maybe more to come, showing him clearly in a racist light. So I think the jury's still out, Marcia, as to how catastrophic this could be for the campaign. It takes a while for this to gel in the public mind. But there is no doubt this has knocked the campaign for the Liberals right off the rails, and the only beneficiary of that could be the Conservatives and, interestingly, the NDP as well.
And you say if there is more to come. If there is more to come, do you see it getting so hot that Trudeau has to resign?
Well, you never know in this realm. It would depend. More current examples of this, if he's wearing blackface in other videos or photos, and we see what looks like a pattern of racist behavior in the past, then they're going to have to long, hard look in the mirror and say, can we get across the finish line with this guy, and is an apology enough or not? My sense right now is they're going to stick by him through thick and thin, and hope this thing peters out in the next week or so. But the Liberals can be merciless if they feel they've got a real anchor around their necks on a campaign. We always heard the talk that John Turner was going to get tossed halfway through his campaign. I think that would be a real, unusual, unprecedented, and probably unlikely scenario for the Liberal Party at this stage of the game. It's going to be really interesting, though, Marcia. Andrew Scheer, he came out yesterday in a very hard-hitting response, didn't take questions, but you got to juxtaposition that against his initial reaction when some of his candidates were slammed by the Liberal War Room to say that, really, if they have give an apology and take responsibility for their actions, I have no problem backing them on the ticket. So if Scheer comes out today swinging and saying Trudeau's got to resign, I think a lot of people are going to ask him right away, well, what did you mean by that 72 hours ago on the plane? And now you're saying a completely opposite thing. So this has a lot of dynamics yet to be sorted out. That's what's going to make this an extremely fascinating day to watch.
Indeed, indeed. And I don't want you to go yet, because we actually have that sound of Andrew Scheer saying what you were just talking about. I want to play that for everyone.
Okay.
As long as someone takes responsibility for what they said and addresses the fact that in 2019 some things that may have been said in the past are inappropriate today, that if anything that they've ever said in the past caused any type of hurt or disrespect to one community or another, and have apologized for that, I accept that.
Yeah, that was then, this is now.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no asterisk in his comments there that says, oh, unless it's Justin Trudeau posing for a racist photo 18 years ago. So I was a little surprised that he came out last night quite as hard-hitting, but I think that that's the message he wants to stick, that this was racist then and racist now. What he's trying to get at is previous candidates may not have thought that was racist when they said, I don't know. I mean, he's going to have to find a wiggle way through this.
Were you really surprised?
Sorry?
I'm asking if you really were surprised he came out. Because we wanted to hear what he thought. He came out in a shirt and tie, looking prime ministerial, and made a very brief, clear, focused statement, and then that was it.
Well, yes and no. I knew he would condemn the comments. Then he went on to say that Trudeau has lost, because of this, has lost the moral authority to lead. And I just thought that might be a little harder edge given those comments. But this is a blood sport. This is a very bloody moment in this blood sport, and I guess you pummel when you can and hope to knock out your competition. So I guess he's going to have to answer what happened, what he said on the campaign plane Sunday and what he said on the tarmac last night, how you make those two mesh.
As you say, a fascinating day ahead. Don Martin, whoa. Thanks so much for that, Don. We'll check in with you later.